to RenéMarie's Stroke of Luck on Madhouse TV. I'm RenéMarie, and I'm so happy about today's show and about this whole program and the platform that Madhouse TV has really gifted us with to bring stroke and aphasia awareness, and really the awareness that there's a bigger purpose in our lives, and that God plays a huge part in my life. And I'm really honored and privileged to have this platform. Today's show is going to be outrageous. We've begun again talking about the telethon, the 2016 telethon. I believe it's going to be on March 20th, 2016, which is actually Palm Sunday and right in between Passover and Easter, and really a very important time in all our lives. It really is a reflection time. Nancy and I met this today before the telethon, discussing the pros and cons about our last telethon in review, so that we could really update for 2016. And we really have a lot of great ideas and really a lot of great thoughts and really making a difference in the aphasia world and stroke world around the world. Madhouse TV is I keep saying it, but I think it's really important for everybody to know how gifted we are to have this platform on internet TV, gifted by Madhouse. They have this platform that we really bring stroke and aphasia awareness around the world, and that is our biggest purpose with our foundation. And of course in my life to help people save a life, or you could save someone's life or save your own life, or really just bring some awareness to stroke and aphasias and to the bigger purpose in life. And that really has to do with God in my life. God has gifted me so much in my life. It's funny, but it's not funny, but it's ironic that when I was very young, when I was in my I think it was sophomore in high school, and Mr. Appaluccio in his English class, and he said to me, he said to our whole class, if there was one person in the entire world that you would want to meet, who would that be? And my answer to that was Jerry Lewis. And I guess it was a little plug or a little whisper from God to me that Jerry Lewis and a telethon was really going to be a huge, huge part of my life. I used to always watch the Jerry Lewis telethon on TV. And actually my cousin Donna Albanese, who was in my class and a wonderful Broadway artist, she is phenomenal. So Donna, if you're out there, hello, how are you? I miss you. I hope that you'll be on the telethon next year. I didn't even think to ask you, but it's been so crazy. I've been on a whirlwind, where was I? This is an aphasia thing where I lose track of what I'm talking about. So we're talking about the telethon and Mr. Appaluccio and the and aphasia and strokes. Oh my gosh, I lost my train of thought because of Donna. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Donna, when I was back in high school, Donna actually performed for the telethon, and we went down to Atlantic City, and it was really exciting to be a part of that telethon. And that was another little wink from God that telethons are really, really going to be very important in my life. On the telethon trail, let me share a little story with you of how it really did become light to me that I needed to do a telethon. There's a homeowner where I work. Her name is Roberta, and she came to me after hearing my story, and she said to me, Renee, I volunteer at the Adler's Aphasia Center. It's in Maywood, New Jersey. And she said, you really should come and give your testimonials. And this was really, I think it was in the beginning of the Maywood Adler's Aphasia Center journey as well. And she said, come. So I actually spoke to Ava. She hooked me up with Ava. Ava is one of the workers for Adler's Maywood Aphasia Center. And they were wonderful to me. They were absolutely wonderful to me. And as soon as I went there to do my testimonial, and I walked into this warm and loving environment, that it was so humbling to me to be in a place that allowed for, it was like it was like you came into this world that was safe, a safe haven for those of us who have suffered strokes, and we could speak freely with the complications and the difficulties and the fears that we had, because we don't know how to talk, when you have aphasia. Aphasia is communication skills that really is affected. But it doesn't affect some of the minds of the people that have aphasia. But in my case, it actually scrambled my minds a little bit. Aphasia is like a stroke. It's really different in every single person. So after I performed and gave my testimonial to the homeowners, not the homeowners, the members at the Aphasia Center, Elaine Adler, who is actually a gift from God to the universe, shared with me her story, and her husband Michael Adler, his story of his stroke. And she actually took me on a tour of the center. I was breathtakingly humbled by the time she took individually with me, and by her confidence in me, and by her passion for aphasia. They were going to make a difference, because her husband was a very vibrant, outspoken corporate gentleman who ran, I don't know what industry he was in, but he ran this company that was astounding. And to go from a person that's very vibrant in their lives to someone that suffers a stroke and doesn't have the capacity to communicate with somebody is very, very, very humbling and very difficult for both sides. For the caretaker side, because Elaine loved her husband, and they, she was I can't speak for them, but it appeared that she was really, they were partners in life, and her husband was somebody that went to work every day, very vibrant, did what he needed to do, and then all of a sudden he suffered a stroke, and he wasn't able to do that anymore, and she took on the caretaker role. But bigger than that, they took on the caretaker and really make a difference in the world role. So Elaine and Michael Adler, I have to give you kudos and so much thanks. And the reason I bring this up is because as we were walking around the center, I said to her, I said, Elaine, I said, we have to have a telethon. We got to bring some awareness to this. She inspired me so much. So I said, Elaine, we have to have a telethon. And she says, she's so supportive of everybody and everything, even to this day. And that brings me to, this past Sunday, Bobby Baby Walker, who will be in the show in a little bit, my co-host, and I attended a gospel, what is it that we attended? We attended a gospel outing that she had at a place in Hackensack, and Laurie Stokes was the mistress of ceremony, and it just lifted us so much. It lifted the roof on that location and on aphasia. And not only was it joy to be there in her presence and in the presence of everyone at the gospel concert, but it was so awesome to be at a place where everybody was being made aware of aphasia. And Elaine and Michael have done astounding, and her whole organization has really done astounding work on bringing awareness to aphasia. So I strongly recommend you look them up on the internet. I believe their website is www.adlersaphasiacenter.org. And if I'm wrong in that, I will post it later on. But I believe it's www.adlersaphasiacenter.org. Tom, could you show the photo of myself and Elaine on the screen by any chance? I want to show you a photo that was really a blessing for me to have with myself and Elaine at the concert on Sunday. And Bobby Baby Walker and I were really astounded to be a part of that organization and that function. And I have to once again, most people would say that I'm a little, that's okay, take your time. Most people would say that I'm a little off because I really don't. We need support in life, but awareness is so important. And I believe that, I believe that if you have someone that's been affected by aphasia, or if you know of anybody, if you really just want to give to a really great cause, that someone is speaking from their heart and their souls and really is an astounding, honorable, true organization and center, please give to the Maywood Adler's Aphasia Center. It's in Maywood, New Jersey. If you Google it, you'll find it. And I really, really, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank Elaine and Michael Adler and their whole organization. They've taken it around the world, and they have different locations. And actually, when I was honored to be spoken about by Steve Adubato, who was another really honorable, humbling person that I've connected with in my life and had the honor of meeting. And he was speaking about me at one Keene College University, which I believe you could find it on Google if you look. If you Google RenéMarie and Steve Adubato at Keene College. Because Steve spoke about my story that day, someone in the audience connected with me and said, that called me and asked me, and I connected them with Maywood with the Adler's Aphasia Center. So, you never know where the connections are going to come in life. And it was really important. So whatever we can do to support the Maywood Adler's Aphasia Center, we're really, really humbled. And am I have to take a break, Judy? Vicky? Yeah, yes? Okay, just give me 2 seconds and I'll wrap up. So I really just want to thank the Adler's Aphasia Center, Elaine and Michael again for really turning something that could have been and has been a struggle in their life into changing the whole world and really making aphasia awareness really a priority. Because as I've said before, when it's funny how people view you when you can't speak to them, and I've had that experience, and I still have that experience throughout my life. So I have so much I could say on this topic, and I probably took my whole intro to talk about it, but I think it's really, 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 really important to bring up the subject about Adler's Aphasia Center and aphasia in itself. It's one of my passions. Today on the show, we're going to start a spotlight segment. Some of my committee members and my connections, Nancy, who represents the American Stroke Association, she will have a spotlight segment on our next segment, and we'll be right back. And God bless, and thank you so much for all you do to come into my life as well as to let me come into yours. We'll be right back.
My name is Dr. Robert Brevard. I'm here for Multi-Medicine in Westbury, New York. We're located at 1065 Old Country Road, Suite 214. Been here for about 15 years. The practice has medical doctors, physical therapists, chiropractors, acupuncturists. We also do pain management, and we have orthopedists on staff. Here at Advanced Multi-Medicine Rehabilitation, we've got physical therapists on staff who treat an array of conditions, from neck pain to back pain, shoulder pain. We treat carpal tunnel. We treat a lot of car accident patients, slip and falls. We treat patients with knee injuries, with ankle injuries. We have state-of-the-art equipment. We've been here for over 15 years. Vast array of diagnostic testing, from x-rays to EMGs. What is an EMG? It's a diagnostic test that allows a doctor to determine where the pinched nerve is. Cora is a physical therapist at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. She's working on Stephanie, who was involved recently in an automobile accident. Stephanie has tight thoracic and cervical musculature, and Cora is doing some myofascial release work and some therapeutic stretching to help her with her pain. Vicky is also a patient here at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. Vicky is now working her leg muscles, specifically her quadricep muscles, trying to strengthen them after an injury she sustained. If you find yourself in need of any type of physical therapy, please don't hesitate to call Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation, located in Westbury, New York, in Suite 214. Phone number is 516-334-7000, or find us on our website at advancedmultimedicine.com.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is me, GMC, in the place to be, the greatest MC in history. There will never be an MC greater than me. And right about now, the only place for you to be is with your one and only Madhouse TV.
You are the man.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Do dogs chase cats?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Are we opening right now? Yeah. Hi, how are you? I'm RenéMarie, of course, as everyone knows. And I can't tell you how uplifting. You know, in life you need to go where things lift you up. And this really does lift me up to be in this environment, bringing stroke and aphasia around the world. And before I was just rambling about Adler's Aphasia Center, and it's because I have a passion. When you have a passion for something, you really do. You want to go on, and it's just so much information that we could share with everybody. And I think that by stories and by testimonials, it really is a perfect way to segue into information and to really help you feel what it is we're feeling. Let me introduce my roundtable discussion group, and then of course we're going to go into a new spotlight that we really started. This is going to be our first one. It's called Spotlight segment, and Nancy, how do you say your last name?
Magrini.
Nancy Magrini will be doing our first spotlight segment, and she represents the American Stroke Association. So we're really honored with that. So Nancy is on the end. Let everybody clap. Yay! Yay! And of course we have Judy Marlow here to my right-hand side. And Judy is, I can't tell you. Let me just show you what Judy does. I could show you better than I could. Okay? This is 1 week. This is 1 week that Judy has gotten out in publication about the telethon and about awareness for strokes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Judy. We are blessed to have you a part of our team. And then, of course, BBW, Bobby Baby Walker! Yay! So, with that being said, I'm going to let Nancy do her spotlight segment and really give us a little bit of how it was after her stroke and recovery, and really what the challenges that she had dealt with and how she dealt with them and how she recovered. So Nancy, take it away.
Thank you. My name is Nancy Magrini, and I am a stroke survivor. For those of you who are not really that in tune to what a stroke is, it is really a loss of blood to the brain. It can be a ruptured blood vessel. About 800,000 people a year have a stroke.
Oh my gosh.
And every 40 seconds, someone has a stroke.
Wow.
Whether it be serious, whether it be just a light form of it. And there's a lot of different symptoms. And I'd like to just kind of go over it briefly so that people kind of understand. So this way, when we do this segment, they'll understand more what we're talking about and how things are. There's really about 10 different symptoms for strokes. Blurred vision, loss of balance, communicating, whether it be speaking or just trying hand motions, weakness, sometimes facial paralysis, severe headaches, loss of understanding. Your senses, your smell, your hearing, your taste can all be affected. Fatigue. The other thing, there's 3 other major players in stroke, and that would be either caused by, like I had said earlier, blood clots, ruptured blood vessels, or a mini stroke, which is a temporary blood clot. There are many different types of therapy, which I'll go into some of what I've gone through. There's physical coordination for your body, there's speech, language. You have psychological, mental stimulation, electrical stimulation, visual, and that's pretty much it as far as that goes. And always just remember FAST, face, arm, speech, and time. Those are the 4 elements that you look for when someone is having a stroke. And as far as preventative, always keep in mind your family history, your diet, your cholesterol, your blood pressure, things like that. And as far as my stroke, again, when I was in therapy, they do many different types of therapy. They did for me because my entire left side was literally dead. Not moving, nothing. I had to learn how to walk again, dress myself. My speech was not impaired at all, thank God. That was really good. And they would take me through therapy where they'd have sand on a table, and I'd have to actually work my fingers in the sand to find the pennies and to actually grab it for your coordination. Because again, when your brain is affected by this, it does affect how you think and how your hands move or your legs move. Whereas on a day-to-day basis, people really don't think about that. They really just go about their day. They don't think, whereas someone with a stroke has to think a little bit on what they're doing, how they're doing it, and put 2 and 2 together to make 4. So that was one thing. The other thing, of course, is learning how to dress yourself again, being able to do a button. Something as simple as that took, quite a while to relearn how to do. Again, walking, another thing. They use step masters, a lot of exercising. Just so much goes into your day. And when I was in the hospital, 3 hours a day, they had therapy for you because they have to get you back to thinking, get your cognitive back. They've got to get it all back together for you so you're able to function again in the world. What else? Well, all I can say is that with the help of God and friends and family, I have survived this, and I will continue to pay it forward to help others so that they understand. And, I thank the American Heart, the American Stroke Association. I thank RenéMarie for helping me and letting me be a part of this, because I think it's a wonderful journey. And again, I'm very proud to be on your team,
thank you.
to work and do this with you.
Thank you.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
Mini strokes, what are those?
That's a temporary blood loss. It's a very quick, it can be seconds. That's all it is. And sometimes you don't even realize that you're having it. It happens. Sometimes you might feel a little off. Like I said, that whole loss of balance or a little fatigue. It might last for a couple of seconds and then it disappears. It doesn't give it a permanent, like what I have and what RenéMarie has, where there are permanent things that it disappears. But what you have to be careful of is if you're having mini strokes, that can lead up to a major stroke, a full-blown stroke. That's
why it's so important to go for constant checkups.
Yes.
And because, sometimes we just think we're tired and just think, it's normal. And you just, and in life nowadays, we all have so much going on, and we really don't take the time to take care of ourselves, and we really don't take the time. And you know what I've learned? I really have learned, and I know you'll all agree with me, that part of what's important in healthy lifestyle is rest. Mm-hmm. It really is important. And I actually, most of you know, I just completed the Success Principles. I think that's a name for Jack Campfield.
Yes,
And
congratulations.
thank you, yeah.
What is your new title?
I don't know. I've graduated. No. I just completed successfully completed the Success Principles. I spoke about it on the show a few weeks ago that Wade was our leader, and he really did teach us how to be successful, but be successful in overall lifestyle. It really does. And why I said that is because in one of Jack's piece of information that you need to schedule is rest.
Yes.
Rest, play, work. It all ties together to make sure that you live a wonderful, healthy lifestyle. And really, this is something I've learned, that when you do balance your life, it helps for everything to come to fruition faster.
Yes.
Rather than, you keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, but you don't let anything come into your life. You keep pushing outwards, but you don't let anything come in. So kind of when you're at meditation or you're resting, you're kind of like letting things transpire in your life. It's almost like planting the rose, the seed, and watering it, and then you have to wait for it to blossom, right?
Absolutely.
That's a very good analogy.
Yeah.
I was God. Thank you. But it is true. It is true.
Rest is very important, and when your body is telling you something, listen to it.
Right.
Listen to what your body is telling
Right.
you. Even if you're just tired, sit down, rest
Yeah.
for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Again, fatigue, sit, rest.
Right.
It's like the
Right.
story I just told you a few minutes ago before the show, where somebody was telling my husband today that he was typing on the computer. His hand felt tired and numb, and then he got up, thought he would shake it out, but it went up into his arm, and then his face started to feel numb,
There you
and
go.
it was a mini stroke. And
Wow.
his wife said, "Get in the car, we're going to the hospital."
That was the best
You
thing
have
do.
to listen. You
Yeah.
have to listen.
You have to listen.
You know what interests me is, and I still have this problem, and I probably should go for therapy. I have problems buttoning buttons. I can't
So do
button.
I
I
still.
can't button buttons with this hand.
Yeah.
I
No.
use my left hand to button
Everything has to be
buttons.
snaps.
And then that really probably comes from me being too busy, because it would take me 10 minutes to button this one button. Like, so for me to take, let's see, it would take me an hour and a half to button all these. But truly, but in all honesty, I really should take the time to practice it and do it every day, whether it's one button, just because. And I know, and I'm sure you all agree, that it's really a mindset thing.
It is. It's the coordination, eye-hand coordination. That's what it is.
Right. But and further than that, by training my mind that I can do it.
Right. And you
And
have
you
to
could
be
do
able to
anything.
feel the button
Yes.
too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So feeling
Can you
has to
feel it?
enter
Yeah,
into
I
that
can
too.
feel them. I can feel them. So I am gonna. That is one thing that I'm gonna start doing is, I really have to go for something on my arm. And actually, Eileen, who was Garrett's mom,
Yeah.
she said there's a new something that's updated that really does.
To stretch it out?
No, it actually. What does it do? It actually connects. It connects the nerves that aren't connected anymore, or something like that. Yes, So I'm gonna call her and ask her for that information. And I actually know that I need to do it on my own as well.
Yes.
I need to. It's not like I can go there and they'll do it, and all of a sudden it's going to be magic.
No, you have to
Right.
keep
I
doing
have
it.
to make it a principle, a practice every day
Yes.
to make it work. So,
Right.
I don't know.
Got to work at it.
Nancy, we were talking, and Bobby and Judy don't know this, but before we were talking about the dating scene.
Yes.
And so we have a question for you. I'm going to let Nancy ask it, but we want you to listen to the question and then give us your feedback, because we're gonna schedule a date. We're going to schedule a date where we're going to talk about this, because it really is important, because we're no different than anyone else. We're no different than anyone that has had anyone, we're no different. Nobody is different than anybody. Nobody is better than anybody. Nobody is above anybody in my world. I don't know about anybody else's.
I agree with you.
Bobby and I have had that discussion before.
And we need to go to break.
Yes. Hang on one second, though. But because I want Nancy to ask this question so that we could make the announcement. And like I said, as she asks the questions, please think about it and write it down. And you could Facebook us, you could tweet us, tweet me at RenéMarie777 or RenéMarie Testa Adams on Facebook, and you can find my information all over the place. So just Google it. And so here we go. Nancy, ask the question.
Okay. Someone who has had a stroke, or you've had some type of an illness or whatever, and out in the dating world, how do people perceive you, the other partner? I'm very interested, and so is RenéMarie, both of us, to find out what trials and tribulations you've gone through dating. Have people pushed you to the side because they found out you're a stroke survivor or that you've had cancer or whatever the case might be? But we're very interested to hear your comments, your thoughts, your stories, which I will also share with you as well, mine, on this topic, because being out in the dating world and having a disease that we have, people act very different sometimes. You'd be very, very surprised. So we're very interested in your comments and your stories.
And it's funny, but on that show we'll talk about what's happened to me and what's happened to Nancy.
Yes.
And congratulations to Nancy. She doesn't have to deal with that anymore. She's getting married. Bobby, take us to break. Go ahead.
Okay, we're going to go to break and we'll be right back.
Stretching under sedation or manipulation under anesthesia is a very gentle, very precise procedure to very slowly release any scar tissue that is formed as a result of a traumatic injury. Many people ask, how does this work? Will I get hurt? Will you stretch me too far? We only stretch the body part to its normal range of motion. After completing the post-MUA rehabilitation program, it's very common that our patients say to us, hey, I can play ball with my kid again. Hey, I can bowl again. Hey, I can enjoy hiking again. This is what makes it rewarding to us as practitioners.
Being a fireman is more than just putting out blazes and giving kittens CPR. Sometimes my duty demands I fan the flames, like when a call comes in from a lady who needs immediate assistance. Maybe she needs help with a computer thing. Maybe she wants to go antique. Could be as simple as understanding that walking in heels it's hard. Aussi simple que l'été dernier à Paris. C'est sympa. Maybe it's ladies' night in, and she wants a simple, delicious recipe for margaritas with a twist. First, a can of limeade. Now hold on to this. You'll be using it. Side note, kittens make everything better. Next, add water. Now, a bottle of light beer. No, shh. Trust me, I'm a professional. And last, and most important, Sauza Blue Tequila. Now, mix it up. Ole. Yes, that's what I'm trained for. Whether it's to help her choose leggings or pants, telling her leggings are pants, or discussing leggings and jeggings versus pant pegging at her next ladies' night in, I'll come to the rescue. Don't call me a hero. Just call me. Let me know what time.
Welcome back to RenéMarie Stroke of Luck. We're really having a great conversation here with Nancy and with Judy and Bobby. But before we go to anything, Vicky has found the two photos. Can you show the photo of myself and Elaine? I'd really be honored if you could do that. Elaine is really a wonderful, that's what that is. That's Elaine Adler, and Bobby and I had the privilege and really humble time to spend with her and have a short discussion, because somebody like Elaine, who's so worldwide and very busy, to spend a few minutes with us, we were really privileged and honored. And actually, could you show the photo of the, I think it's called Adler, and it's of the, just it just shows the, that's it, the concert that we went to, which was phenomenal. It lifted us up. What was the song that they sang, Bobby?
They sang a lot of songs.
No, what was the song that was gone on, what's the name of that show? Sister Act. What's the song they do on Sister Act? Oh, this is an aphasia thing going on.
We're all doing really well.
Don't worry about it. So anyway, back to the conversation we were having prior to that.
I'm gonna trade in my gray hairs.
I'll think of it. Don't worry about it. So, you know what? Can you put up the two photos of Nancy? Now, these photos are of Nancy right after her stroke. There we go. So, Nancy, what's the difference in those photos than of you now? Because I know you see it more vividly than us. So, what's in this red photo that's up there? Leave that one on the screen, Vicky, if you don't mind. What do you see in that one that really humbles you?
Well, when I take a look at that photo, I see how my facial features changed. I see how my hair changed at the time. It was breaking off, falling out in clumps, because your body is in shock. Your body is in shock.
Nobody could see that shock.
No, nobody
could see that shock.
Everybody looks and says, "Oh, you look great, but they don't realize deep down. I mean,
could take it off the screen.
I can see it in my face. I see it. I saw it in my hair, my eyes.
Yeah.
And also too, at the time, again, with all the exercising that they put you through, you also do lose weight because your body still is in shock and it's trying to heal itself. And again, it goes back to making sure you rest, that you watch what you're doing. But I saw it so much in my face, and by digging up these old pictures, it really said, wow, this is what really happened. And it's very still so real to me.
I know.
It really is.
I know. It's when I've been going through a lot of cleansing myself, cleaning up things and going through things. And actually, I'm going for a refinance on my home, and they asked for some documents, and I'm like, oh my God, I haven't found those documents in years. And all of a sudden, I haven't seen them in a long time. And I'm like, oh my God, I found them. And I was like, oh God, I can't, it was.
Yeah.
Oh, happy day.
Happy day.
Oh, happy
It was,
day.
yeah. They ding that song. It was phenomenal. So yeah. So can you show us the second one? Would you mind showing us the second one,
There's the
Vicky?
other one. That's the other one.
That's the other one.
Yeah.
Where was this one taken?
That was actually taken at St. Rocco's Church, because I'm a Rosarian up there, and I'm involved a lot with the church. And that was one of our church, our Christmas party, actually.
Ah, that's so good. That's so good.
And I can see in that photo, when I look at it, that you look really tired.
My face is very drawn. Very, very drawn. You can see it's
There's
exhausted.
a problem.
You become exhausted because, again, your body is in shock.
Your body's in shock, and that's
is.
one thing that I really try to.
So, how long does that last? Do you have any idea?
Well,
For you, how long did it last?
As far as what, the stroke itself, or
How long for the recovery?
well, it's going to be 10 years for me. I still have residual issues on the left side, which you don't see, but I know that they're there. And it really all depends on your exercising. It depends on how you listen to your body, your rest periods, your eating habits. And I didn't have bad eating habits, but you know what? You still have to change things. Because, again, your body has gone through all these changes. Now you have to change what you're doing to it in order to help it. But, again, it can take years to recovery. I've seen people recover from a stroke within 6 to 8 months. and there's no residual issues. But again, all that depends on your body. It depends on how fast you got help. Those are the things
Now, when
you have to
you
think about.
left the hospital, how many hours of therapy were you getting after that?
Twice a week, 3 hours.
So the entire time it was 3 hours? That's pretty good.
It's a lot of therapy.
That's
It
pretty
is.
good
It
because my dad had maybe a half hour to 45 minutes of therapy, and he didn't have enough, and the insurance didn't cover it all.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's why
It's important to do it on your own.
Yeah. Well, one of our missions with our foundation is to support those that their insurance has run out. Because I have seen many people on my journey and being an ambassador for stroke patients and for aphasia patients, survivors and the family of stroke and aphasia, that people are home. I went to this one woman's house, and she was in a wheelchair, and she couldn't do anything, and because her insurance ran out. And recovery shouldn't be money shouldn't be the source of recovery.
And it's a very frustrating feeling for the family, too, because you want to do something for them, and you can't get...
It's almost like, strokes are the number one disability in the country. I don't know about the world,
correct.
but I know in the country. So it's almost like they're saying, you had a stroke, well, it's okay. You could. It's like no. People are people. People need to be loved and healed and really.
I'm also wondering. You had 3 hours of therapy. How many times a week?
When I was in the hospital, it was every day.
Were other people, do you know, getting that amount of therapy?
Yes, because I'd have the same people in with me in each group. In other words, when you go
That's
in early
really
in the morning,
nice.
you go right after lunch, and then you go right before dinner. They would take us in, and there was an hour at a clip. Whether it be something, with the hands, whether it be with the legs, whether it be a combination so that you could learn the coordination again. But let me tell you something, you would work up a sweat.
And were there people of all ages?
Yes.
In that group?
But I have to say, when they first wheeled me in, the first day of my therapy, I think that was probably the most upsetting thing to me, because I looked around and I was the youngest person there. Wow. And it really took me back. Everybody was, honestly, 60 and above. At the time, I was in my 40s. And I looked around and I was like, oh my goodness.
But you know what? More young people are having strokes nowadays.
Yes.
More young people.
Yes, they are.
More young people.
Yes, they are.
It's very, very, very humbling, and that's why we really need. But like we said, that strokes can be 80% of strokes can either be prevented.
That's correct.
Or, take that shot, the blood clotting shot, which will revert you back. But it's a 4.5 hour window.
That's correct.
4.5 hour window. Nancy, we're going to continue this conversation because Nancy's a part of our team, and she's going to be here on occasions whenever she can. And we're really, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really want to thank you for your spotlight segment. Nancy is doing, Judy's going to be doing the next one on the next show. But thank you so much. And
we'll continue.
The next conversation is going to be the answer to that question.
That's right.
And we're going to join in on the topic. Bobby, honestly, from a man's perspective, we want you to think about how you would view somebody that had a stroke. You're a little bit different because you have compassion in you. But no, you do.
Not everybody does, though.
But not everybody does. So look at it from both avenues. And really, if you were, I know you're married to Kathy because we love Kathy. But if you were single, and when you were single, if you met somebody that had a stroke, would that have changed your mind? You don't have to answer it now. I just want you to think about it for our next. And Judy, we want your your input into that as well, and we want all your inputs into that as well. We really want to take the second to talk about the telethon. And then we're going to roll into the end segment, which we're almost done. I can't believe it when you're having such a great time and really feeding the world information. It really does go quickly. But, Bill was a part of Maywood Adler's Aphasia Center when I went on my first testimonial to Maywood Adler's Aphasia Center. And he is such a great guy. And he's actually on the board of directors for the Adler's Aphasia Center. And when we did my first benefit for this vision that I had for testimonials for my telethon, Bill came and actually was a speaker at that. And I'm going to let you watch it, and then we'll talk about it when we get done. But he is a great guy. Can you roll it, Vicki?
Good evening. When Renee told me to have a speech prepared, I said, "Oh, okay." I looked at the 7:30 to 8:15, and the ones. The word the first name was Renee, and the third name was me. But in the second name was speaker and singer. I prepared for that. I want to speak to you on caretakers. When I had my stroke 10 years ago, to go to the living room to the kitchen was a problem, and when I if I want to go.
That was it. Bill is such an inspiration to me. As you could tell and you could see that Bill is one of the Aphasia members, but he has such a great sense of humor, and really his humor has really excelled and really inspires people with the harmonica and the fact that I had the keynote speaking on the program, and so he took his his music and singing, and he took his harmonica out. He's just a blast. Could you show them? I mean, I had the blessing of meeting him. There you go. Visiting with him last Sunday at the event that the gospel choir that we, the Adler's Aphasia event that we went to on Sunday. It was, I can't tell you how blessed we were, Bobby. Right? It was.
Yes,
it was
great. It was very inspiring.
I was lifted in my chair.
Renee was excited, and she looked blessed.
I did. I just horrible. It added such vibrance. It added so much joy and light, and I'm like, yes. And I was singing, and I was up, and I was I was a little off the wall, but that's okay. It's okay. It's all good.
Well, I mean, you got to do that every once in a while.
Yeah. You got to let loose, and the house of the Lord and the house of God, and you know what? To me, in my world, I don't care what faith you are. As long as you always try to do the right thing, you're a good person, you kind to one another, we're all people, we all love each other. Whatever way that God gets you to enhance your life and to be a good person is just a different avenue to get there. It doesn't matter, it doesn't matter whether you're an artist or you're a painter, whether you're a garbage man or whether you're the president of the United States. We're all people. We all have our own ways. So, thank you so much, Bill. It was really a blessing meeting you. So, that being said, we have about 3 more minutes. Let's rock and roll about the telethon. Judy, let's let you
It was an exciting and educational experience for me working on a telethon. I was doing all the publicity. I was communicating with newspapers and TV networks all across the United States.
This is only a week's worth.
And I was interviewing stroke survivors and hearing their various experiences, which I learned a lot from, and working backstage with others during the telethon, and just a real feeling of great enthusiasm bringing stroke and aphasia awareness to the world.
Yeah, it was incredible, and I don't have to thank Madhouse enough because with the platform that they gave us, and
did a great job.
Let's hear it for
Excellent.
Madhouse TV.
Thank you, Madhouse.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. And so our next 2016 telethon is, I said it before, but does everybody know?
Yeah.
March 20th.
20th.
2016. It's Palm Sunday, and it's right between, right around the Passover season. And, we really just feel that that's really a reflecting time of year where, like I was talking before, that you plant your seeds. And it really is a time where you could forget what happened in the past and you could really move on and really give yourself a new lease on life. So I really am excited about that. What do you have to? Nancy helped us at the telethon in the background, and she actually was on many interviews, which I just spoke to Michelangelo on the phone. He just got back from his trip to California. Hi, Michelangelo.
Hi, Michael. Yeah, welcome
and
back.
hi to Joe.
Hi, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Joe, great news about Joe.
Yeah.
Woo! But so Nancy, what were your feelings on the telethon?
I think everybody came in. They were very excited. The adrenaline rush that was going through everybody was amazing.
If we could bottle that.
Yes. Everybody was just happy and smiling because it's all for a good cause. And everybody really came together really well. Teamwork.
Yes, the sense
it was
of
just,
cooperation.
It was unbelievable. I can't explain.
It was awesome.
The positive energy that was in this room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it just flowed throughout. And I think you could see that when you take a look at the YouTube video. If you need to now, please go on Madhouse TV and take a look at it. Stroke of Luck, our telethon.
It's actually on our telethon website, which is...
Oh, it is? Okay.
It's the languageoflovetelethon.org. www.languageoflovetelethon.org. And we have both posted on there. They could see it on Madhouse as well. But
it's
you
a
could see
full,
it on...
the full edition is
full
on
edition.
languageoflovetelethon.org.
But you can see people's enthusiasm, and it came through.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to do.
Yeah, but we met before the telethon, but this show, to really talk about 2016 and how we're going to really take the platform that has been gifted to us and really go to the next level in 2016 with it, and really hope that everybody sees that we're really into it. We really want to come together with everybody. It's not about us against you or how are you doing. We want to bring the world together. We want to bring the world together.
Making a difference.
Yeah,
and
making a
as
difference,
people
yeah.
coming from this disease and paying it forward and helping others to understand it and understand that you can have a good life.
Yeah. Bobby, you want to say something before about the telethon?
Oh, I thought it was great. I actually saw people that I haven't seen in years
Yes.
at the telethon. We worked hard and it came together. Yes.
So
I'm looking forward to the next one.
yes. So we're really excited, as you can see, and this next year is going to be a rocking time. And of course, tune in
Absolutely.
every single week on Bobby's show as well as my Stroke of Luck show, because we'll keep you on the journey, and really is a wonderful time we're having. So we're going to close this segment out, and we're going to go to our next segment, and we're going to always close the show with music, because music is a language of love, as it says in I Believe in Music, and I love Mac Davis. And Mac Davis, I want to talk to you. I have something in mind, Mac. It's a really great idea. We'll see you in a few minutes. Bye.
Bye.
Hello. 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 Hi, how are
Hello.
you? We just had a little slight delay in the program. Hello, how are you? It's RenéMarie, and we're going to go right into the song for Once in Your Life. Let's go. And God bless everybody. Please join us every week and watch us online and watch us on Madhouse TV. Here we go.
All right.
Here we go, everyone.
Mr. Stevie Wonder.
Steve Wonder's a blessing. Let's go. Put your hands together. Here we go. For once in my life, I have someone who needs me, someone I needed so long.
For once unafraid, I can go where I need. Someone I know I'll be strong. For once I can touch where my heart used to sleep long before I knew. Someone like you. What could make my dreams come true? Yeah, for once unafraid, I won't let sorrow hurt me. I like to hurt me before. For once I have someone I know won't desert me. So I won't know anymore. For once I can say this is mine, you can't take it. Long as I know I have love, I can make it. For once in my life, I have someone who needs me. Someone who needs me. Oh yeah. Someone who needs me. God bless everybody. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you again. We're God. Have a stroke of luck, and we love you. Have a wonderful day. God bless. Let's go. Blow our kisses.